What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So this is my second time recording the video. Another video I messed up on, but it's whatever. But today's video, we're going to be talking about the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. Since we got the announcement like yesterday or the day before, whenever Danny Phantom made his video about the Prismatic getting a big restock, massive restock, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, reprint. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure it's a reprint, not a restock. So we got to watch out with those words because people get really confused with that. Whenever I thought of that, what is the first thing that kind of brought to my mind? The Pokemon Center ETB. The Pokemon Center ETB, we have been waiting for this thing to come back in stock ever since it's been released. It's kind of crazy. And I would have to say this is kind of like a theory video. This is just something I just want to talk and go over. And just kind of go over the Pokemon Center ETB really. Because this has always been on my mind, especially since it didn't get dropped on release day. And everybody keeps saying like, oh, is this going to come back in stock? Is this going to come back in stock? Me personally, I think so. I truly am I'm sitting on the side right now that I believe what Pokemon's going to say. Like everything they're like, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. I truly believe them. I genuinely do. I know a lot of people feel different kind of ways about it, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? So we'll have to really see what happens. I would have to say this though. With them, I know this is going to come back in stock. This should. I'm like 99% sure this is going to come back in stock. And why would I say that? Well, first off, we will look at this right here. There's a couple kind of details that's going to show when it's going to come back in stock. We don't really know exactly when this is going to come back in stock or if it ever will come back in stock, but the Pokemon Company has kind of stated a couple of things multiple different times. Me personally, whenever I see the Pokemon Company talking about things multiple times, I'm kind of like, okay, they're going to do something. You know what I mean? But look, I'll show you right now what I'm talking about. So look, if you see on this product right here, literally in the description of this ETB on the Pokemon Center, it says more inventory of this product will come available later this year. Please subscribe to our newsletter for receive updates. You know what I mean? And before we move on, people are going to be like, oh, what is the purchase limit of this going to be? It's going to be 1. It's always been 1. It's going to change down to 1. They changed it to 2 during the time when it got released and stuff like that. They changed it to 2 whenever it got released because this thing was selling out so fast. At first, it was 4 you could buy. I bought 3 cases. I got so lucky personally. I don't know. I just got lucky because I've always bought 3 cases of Pokemon Center ETBs whenever they came up. I've just always done that. Well, I started to for between Twilight Masquerade or Stellar Crown. Before that's really when I started to. So I just got lucky, honestly. And that later during the day, they kind of went down to 2. So if we go see what they actually kind of said in their thing, they said again, more inventory of this product will come up later this year. And also, guess what? There's another place where I say, oh, are they going to bring it up again? Or they brought it up a second time. They haven't only brought this up one time. They brought it up again down here. Look at this. On January 6, 2025, somebody said, hey, when will they restock? When will this come back up? This is what a staff member from the Pokemon Center kind of did. And this is the only question, mainly one of the main questions that is literally right here. There's one question, and this is it right here. And you have somebody answers on them. Look at this. Best answer. The pre-orders that were placed during the pre-order time frame will begin shipping mid-January. We've already received those products and everything like that. But here it goes again. More inventory of this product will become available later this year. Please subscribe to our newsletter to receive updates. Sign up to receive marketing communications from the Pokemon Company International at the bottom of the Pokemon Center website. So they say this again, and they could have worded this a little different, being like, oh, more inventory of this set is coming out or something like that. But they said, look, right here, more inventory of this product right here that they're talking about. You see what I'm saying? So they are going to be putting more of these available. When is it going to happen? I don't really know. I kind of feel like they kind of have to. I mean, I wouldn't say have to, really. They don't have to put more of this product up there. I would have to say this though. Well, if we look on the secondary market right now, this ETB is selling for about $340, $330, which honestly to me isn't really crazy. It's not really crazy. Why am I saying that? Because the Pokemon 151 ETB is selling for like $500 right now. So this is way more or less than that. We'll see what happens. Destined Rivals is sitting for about, I think, the same price as this right now. It's kind of interesting to see which one of those are going to go out long term. Okay, so if y'all don't remember, this ETB initially came up back in November. Guess how long ago that was now? That is 5 months ago. 5 months ago this came up. And they literally stated being like, hey, we're going to put more of these up. When is it going to happen? Initially, we kind of thought on release date it was going to happen. A lot of people kind of assumed that. But with this kind of set is when things kind of really changing with the release date, it seems like. Journey Together has already been like that. On release date, they didn't put no products up there. Prismatic Evolution was the first one they didn't put up on release date. So it's very, very interesting to see what happens. I would have to say this though. I would have to say this is a good thing and a bad thing. Depends with the way you look at it. The good thing about this is that the longer they take to put this up there on the market, I feel like the more amount of products that they will put up on the market. That's the one thing that I kind of am happy about this for. But at the same time, look at this. I can look at this and be like, okay, the farther and farther we kind of get away from this, are they even going to print it? You mean like that? You can look at it from two different perspectives. Because we already know with the Destined Rivals Pokemon Center ETB, they printed a good amount of, I know people are like, oh, this didn't really go horrible. It went horrible for people, this, that, and the other. But if you really look and see the amount that they printed for the Destined Rivals ETB, it was available for a while. They printed maybe 800, 700,000 of these ETBs. It was a good amount. Some people are saying even over 1 million. So the longer and longer they're taking to do this Prismatic Pokemon Center ETB, that means that we will probably get more of these. I would say maybe 100, 200, 300,000 more of these come up on the market if they really do decide to print this much. I would have to say this as well though. Since we know we're getting a reprint, this could be like the possible time that they kind of get this doing this, and they're doing it on like the back end. We'll have to really see how this goes. Typically, we already know Pokemon put out a statement about Prismatic Evolutions being like, hey, we're going to be putting this stuff to the ground. Like, I mean, not to the ground, but they're going to be printing it to the capacity and how they're going to do it. So with them putting out this statement, I generally feel like they will put Prismatic in there, a good amount of Prismatic, and I feel like the Pokemon Center ETB has to do with that. It has to, I would assume they bring it back. Like I said, we've already went through it multiple times where they've kind of stated being like, hey, we're going to put this product back on the market. When is it going to happen? We don't really know. But whenever I think about that, when is the possible dates? Like I said, this is just, I'm just throwing, what's it called, darts at a dartboard at this point, I guess, you know what I mean, like that, trying to hit a bullseye. But this right here, this product, there's 3 more products that still has to be released this year for Prismatic Evolutions, if you don't know that. There is, look, if you don't know, this month, April 25th, I'll probably make another video whenever we get closer, whenever this product gets released, but April 25th, we have the Prismatic Evolutions Accessory Pouch Special Collection coming out, which is a little EV pouch that a lot of people have been excited for. It has a little pouch and everything like that. I don't really see too many people going after this product. This won't affect the prices of Prismatic Evolutions as well, but we can have a whole different conversation about that. And also, we have another product coming out next month. This is a big product right here as well too. We have the Prismatic Evolution Super Premium Collection. We've already seen sneak peeks of this. This thing looks absolutely amazing. Looks so good. 16 packs it comes with. Comes like a little dex box, a playmat, a promo card. Beautiful box. Absolutely beautiful box. This is one of the products that I feel like right here they're going to print a good amount of them are. I think so. I keep saying that, but the way that it's looking and the way the Pokemon Center pre-orders went for it, it went absolutely horrible. I can actually see more of these coming up on the Pokemon Center as well. We'll have to see what happens though whenever that release date comes. So, and also we have another product. A lot of people aren't talking about this yet because we don't really know anything about this, and this is kind of a later date away, like we have a farther date away. Prismatic Evolutions Premium Figure Collection. This is coming out September 26th. That's, you know what I mean, like that's a long, that's like 5 months away from where we're at right now. So we still have a while away to go from this. But these are the 3 products that I feel like if they do put out the Pokemon Center ETB, they would possibly put it out on one of these dates. I've already said this before. If they do put out the product, I would assume they would put it out whenever they put out another product. But also, when I can kind of go against myself saying that as well too, kind of contradicting myself, is whenever they put out Journey Together Pokemon Center ETBs, the second round of it, whenever they put them back on the website, they were on a whole different date. They were like on like a month after release or something like that. They put out, it was some crazy weird date, you mean like that. People were not expecting it. It just happened. The one thing about the Journey Together Pokemon Center ETBs that was a little different is because they had, that was kind of when the first round that they implemented the queuing system, and the queuing system actually went really good. Besides, you mean like that, it kept getting worse and better. It really depends how you look at it, really, but I feel like they were just testing the queuing system with the Journey Together Pokemon Center ETBs. I would have to say this though, they also said the same thing about Destined Rivals Pokemon Center ETBs. I would have to say this though, if we get Pokemon Center ETBs, another round of Destined Rivals Pokemon Center ETBs before we get Prismatic Evolutions, I feel like we're gonna have to get one of those first. We are gonna have to get one of those. They've already made a whole statement about more Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center products coming out. I think they're gonna do it again. They have to. So I'll be kind of looking at that and looking at it from a distance and being like, okay, let's say Prismatic comes back up, and be like, okay, we know Destined Rivals is going to come back as well. You see what I'm saying? So you got to look and watch out for this and see how these things kind of play out to kind of look at one thing or the other. But let's say we see Destined Rivals products come out, and let's say they have another round of Pokemon Center ETBs for Destined Rivals. Then after that, I would kind of assume being like, hey, that means Prismatic Evolutions ain't going to come out. We'll have to see what happens though. Pokemon, the way they're at right now, I just don't know the way they're going with these. I would have to say these with these Pokemon Center ETBs, they typically like these to be kind of like exclusive products. That's kind of what they're doing right now. But the way they did Destined Rival was they printed an absolute lot of these. So what can happen here? I don't really know. Like I said, this is just a theory video and stuff that I'm looking out for personally. I would love to get another one of these in my collection. Love this product right here. Absolutely beautiful. But we'll have to really see what happens, see how things play out. At this point, I'm just sitting back and watching. But with them getting announced, or us getting announced at the Pokemon, or us getting kind of announced from another creator and stuff like that, saying like, hey, these ETBs are coming for Prismatic Evolutions, just kind of maybe states that we might be getting this product. Maybe we might get this when the accessory pouch comes out. Maybe it'll be this month. Maybe, you mean, that might be a date you want to look out for. Maybe we might get it when May 16th, whenever the Super Premium Collection comes out, because that would be kind of interesting the way they do that. Because look, you got to think about May. May is going to be a crazy month if that happens. We have Destined Rivals coming out in May. We have the Super Premium Collection for Prismatic Evolutions coming out in May, and also we get the PC ETBs for Prismatic Evolutions. That would be kind of a busy month. We'll have to really see what happens here. Like I said, I'm just throwing darts at a dartboard at this point. I would love to hear y'all's opinions. Do y'all even think the Pokemon Center ETB for Prismatic is going to come back up on the Pokemon Center? That could be a big possibility as well. Like I said, we'll have to really see how things play out and just see how it goes. Journey Together was kind of interesting because they didn't put theirs back up on the Pokemon Center on release day. So release days doesn't really determine anything at this point. I thought it would, but I guess not. I don't really know. Pokemon's just doing Pokemon right now. We'll have to see if they kind of see what they happen here. Like I said, they've stated it 2 times, literally stated it here in the description, and they've also stated it in a question on the page. So that kind of points me in the direction being like, hey, these products are going to get restocked. We'll have to see what happens. I'm excited for this. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. Just kind of wanted to go over this. We've already kind of got news of ETBs getting reprinted. Now let's see Pokemon Center ETBs get reprinted. You never know. I don't know. I'm excited to see. But make sure you like this video, subscribe to the page, join the community Discord. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.